Following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new spanking episode of 5-Minute Warning. Once again, it's your man, Ruben, up in the house to take you through the world of things that happen on the internet and just how we care about things because, we do what we do. And, of course, as always with me, my man, my mellow AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
Ah, man, it's been 2 weeks, brother. How you been, man?
I have been well. I haven't had to do the podcast. I've been watching football with my woman.
Word.
And watching her walk away.
And as you says, that is one of your favorite pastimes.
Absolutely. Better than baseball and my mom's apple pie, which she never made.
Oh, well.
Just
there
saying.
You go. That sounds like a victory all around then.
Yes, it is.
Ah, man. So, yeah, man. It's been a couple weeks. We were off last week because of that crazy shit called the Super Bowl. Shout out to Philly. They did their thing. Congrats. However, that was last week. The game. If you're a Philly fan, it was the greatest thing ever. If you're a fan of anything else, you watched it, you sat through, about 2.5 quarters of boredom. It was exciting for a little bit, but then, when you get your ass kicked, you just get your ass kicked. There's really no other way around it.
Well, I enjoyed all four quarters of that ass whipping. I sure did.
So I assume you're one of the people who are just like, I don't want to see no three-peat.
No, it wasn't that at all. In fact, if they would have done it, I would have enjoyed seeing history made. There was some political pettiness on my part, and there was some narrative that I wanted corrected because all the time that seemingly everybody wants to say what Jalen Hurts was not, which I'm looking at the guy going, are you sure? But I'm like, okay, I don't know football the way I should, so okay. Well, he finally showed him because the only reason Saquon didn't get it done is because they knew he wouldn't get it done. So they were like, if he's not going to beat us, we're going to make Hurts beat us, and he did. He scorched him for 40. So, congrats to him.
True.
His only person that came correct was Dan Orlovsky. He was like, I owe this man an apology. Everybody else was a bitch. They kind of forgot what they said. And they still kind of halfway hating on him, too. So, whatever. But I was glad to see it for those reasons.
Nice. What's going on, Moby?
Not much, man. What's going on?
We've been gone for a week. Like I just said earlier, we watched that travesty called the Super Bowl last week when the real message wasn't even the Super Bowl. It was a halftime show. And yeah,
Is that a lesson in how not to poke the bear?
Bruh, it was 13 minutes of straight petty. Like, I was here for every second of it.
Is it petty when you were minding your business and this dude came for you? Is it petty?
So,
you really call that petty?
I feel like it was petty all the way around because, like, it's not like he just talked about that Drake guy. He had some messages for Trump too. He kind of threw some petty around. You can get some petty, and you can get some petty. All y'all dumbass people can get some petty. And
why y'all referring to it as petty though? Like,
I'm not. I said I'm questioning whether petty is the right word. I didn't think it was petty. He's the one that poked the bear.
It was more just very message based and very, very blackety black.
Yeah, white folks are pretty upset that they didn't have a dancer. At
I
least,
mean, like literally every clip I see, somebody keeps saying this is what white people hear, and it shows him, and it's just nigga, 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 nigga. Like that's all white people could hear the whole time.
not wrong.
I mean, you had the guy on Fox, some reporter on Fox News, pretty much like said it was the worst Super Bowl performance ever and all this other stuff. And, I was kind of just like, I mean, hey man, you're on Fox News, you're white.
I mean, but it's okay because they not like us.
That was good.
I mean, not wrong there, sir.
Not at all.
I mean, here's the
100%.
thing, man. I think at the beginning of his performance, didn't he say it's the right time, but the wrong guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first. That was the first lap.
Yeah. So like literally, like honestly, if you were in the building, it probably didn't feel that energetic because I can't imagine there was too many people that was like super hyped for Kendrick in a place where the average ticket cost was like what $7,000 to $8,000. I can't imagine there was too many people in there that was like, I'm really here for all this pro blackety black.
Well, and I will agree with you to a point.
No, I'm not saying there's nobody, and I'm not saying that white people
Yeah.
couldn't. I'm not saying that white people didn't enjoy it, but there's a whole bunch of people who were saying, "Oh, well, half of the audience, really don't know any of these songs," and I'm just like, don't we kind of say that at every Super Bowl?
Yeah, because no matter who you put down, there's going to be a demographic that doesn't know what's going on.
True. However, I will definitely say that, yeah, a lot of people, I know most of these songs, but there's one song that a whole bunch of people there knew because you heard it. And when he went into it, they're not like us. Surprisingly, the crowd, you could hear them sing it with him. So, like, and that was more your younger generation, with the how do I want to say it, with the black people there, because I mean that song, I mean it did some work, like one guy said that song basically won 5 Grammys for the man last week. I mean, if like you can sit here and say, well, the music awards or whatever. I would say there are sometimes where they're out of touch. I feel like this year, for the most part, they were right on the money. As far as some awards were given to the correct people. Because, like, of course, I mean, he pretty much dominated the rap hip hop category with They Not Like Us. And I mean, to me, I ain't gonna front. By like October, November last year, the man's got other songs. We don't need to hear that like 5 times an hour, but people couldn't get enough. So, hey, I mean,
well, wouldn't you say they just couldn't get it? Part of it is because they couldn't get enough of the drama that generated the song.
Well, I would say yes, and I think it took a life of its own. Because then, of course, when the then vice president was running for office, I mean, she was playing it as part of her musical package, and white, blue, Puerto Rican, and Asian was in there singing it and dancing to it. So it was like, I would say, this is for Kendrick Lamar, probably one of the greatest 365 days that he has had as a artist. If he didn't make money on this, he ain't never making money. I know they don't get paid for Super Bowl, but he had 13 minutes to speak his messages. Me, he didn't call Drake a pedophile, but that's the only word he didn't say. I mean, he called him out by his name, on national TV. So I'm not gonna lie, part of me is kind of interested about this lawsuit.
But the lawsuit ain't about him, so he ain't part of the lawsuit.
Who
Actually is, because the whole pedophile thing, he's suing over that too.
Man, that shit is not gonna move at all.
I didn't say it would. I just said that's part of it.
I just wish somebody would give this man some better legal advice.
Who, Drake?
Drake, yeah, just give him some better legal advice. I'm not saying I know the law or anything. I'm just like, usually there's a lawyer that's saying, hey man, it's probably more cost effective if we just settle this thing. There's got to be at least one lawyer that's like, hey bro, even if you think you really got a case, is this really worth like what you doing to yourself with this? Like,
I mean, because remember, straight out of
nigga, you
Compton.
got enough money, so you ain't suing about the money. And even if, let's say you won these lawsuits, what would that do for you? Actually, like,
because at this point, isn't he just suing for cool points?
No.
He's suing for respect that he never had.
First of all, you can't sue for cool points.
That's my whole point.
Because cool points is something that he hasn't had.
Exactly my point. So why do it? That's what in my heart. That's what I think he's suing for. He's suing for something honestly, that he can't get.
This is just when the pigmentation challenge portion of his genetics have kicked in, and it's just been like, well, I'll sue because I mean, he's basically accepted the fact that, you know what, these people ain't never gonna accept me. And yeah, Drake probably does refer to black culture now as these people. These people ain't never gonna accept me.
I would love to hear Drake say that. Or you people
are never gonna accept me. So I'm just gonna make a album for bitches, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a love album. I'm gonna drop it on Valentine's Day, and I'm gonna hope there are enough female fans to like maybe coast downhill on like the LL Cool J portion of my career. And I just want to say, it was a long time ago when I made the Drake LL Cool J comparison. I think it was way before this Kendrick thing happened. And I would like to say that I feel even more confident about this Drake LL Cool J comparison. Like, I feel like I was a little bit ahead of the game when I compared the arcs. Now,
I don't know, man. I think
LL had more. LL came in with actual respectability from the hip hop community. However, Drake did backdoor his way into respectability because he rode in on the coattails of Lil Wayne. So there was a portion early in Drake's career where he was respected in the hip hop community for talent. It just, the shift happened, and he didn't realize what was going on. Like, he thought he was so big that he could just do whatever. And somebody should have told him, like, nah, man, you're so big now, you can alienate a whole gender and still be successful. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? Just make some songs for the chicks. That's all you actually need to be successful. But that wasn't enough for your boy. And the boy's like, no. He was like, no, I'm going to make sure these guys actually respect me. And it's like, dude, we hear how you talk. Like, you're never going to get the respect just based on your vernacular. Like, you're just not. You're not. Like, yo, man, if you realistically, Will Smith has more street cred than you, because at least this nigga smacked the motherfucker on stage. Like,
did he really get credit?
And I'm not saying, did he? No. I'm not saying he got credit for it, but what I'm saying is there were some people. Yes, there were some people that was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? He just won't gonna let some shit slide. You know what I'm saying? Even though most of us would be like, hey, that was a bit overstepping. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't really get cool points for smacking somebody who ain't gonna hit you back. Like, that's not the move either. But what I'm saying is, if you ask the hip hop community, who do you respect more right now, Drake or Will Smith? I'm pretty sure a large majority of that is going to be like, oh, I mean, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was actually kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look, I mean, he didn't just make Getting Jiggy with it. I mean, he did some shit before that too. He's actually got a new song out with Big Sean right now. Like, that's just throwing it out there. He's got a new song out there. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's there. It exists.
But what's important is he can make a record with Big Sean right now.
It exists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Drake ain't never making a record with any other remotely decent.
I don't believe that.
No, that's not true. Because I mean, look, if Snoop and Nelly are willing to sell their soul out for Trump, you can't tell me that if Drake hollered at them about going in the studio, that Nelly wouldn't be right there. That Snoop wouldn't be right there. I mean, Snoop is for hire. You know what I'm saying? When people are getting mad at Snoop for him, I'm just like, hey man, that nigga just for hire. I mean, I ain't gotta respect it, but I'm not gonna be hating on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's basically let me know.
Hey, but I mean, but Snoop got cred. I mean, whether you respect it or not.
I mean, he lost a little bit of it, but I mean,
he
got it. He had it.
I mean,
and Nelly, I was really upset when everybody was getting mad at Nelly because Nelly, in his original lyrics, basically said, "Let me in now." Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. Like those are actual lyrics that he made like 20 plus years ago.
I didn't even know that.
So for people to be like, I can't believe he was I'm like, I mean, this nigga been letting you know he wanted to get to the table by any means necessary. Like, bro, please.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, so it's like I get it. I mean, you know, it comes a time when your financials take over. You know, for some people.
But was it really that? I mean, you don't get paid to do what they did.
Well, but the thing about it is,
I think they do actually get paid.
Do they get paid for that gig?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they still got paid.
Okay.
For what?
They sold their soul. Hope it was worth it.
Well, I mean, when you, once again, they were rich. They're rich. I wouldn't say wealthy. Snoop might be wealthy, but you know, Nelly's pretty rich. So,
I mean, Snoop completely transitioned. Like he went from like hard West Coast rapper to hanging out with Martha Stewart, performing for Donald Trump, and then being in Tom Brady commercials during the Super Bowl, trying to promote togetherness with Tom Brady.
Hey man,
I mean, wow! Like this motherfucker he's lived multiple lives, man. He's lived multiple lives.
I mean, you know, the man started out talking about 187, you know, and now he on a commercial with Tom Brady. I mean, hey, you got to be able to pivot when you can. I ain't mad at the game. So it is what it is.
Murder was the case they gave him at one point in time.
I'm innocent.
And now he's, you know, sellout is the case that they're giving him now. And like, I don't know if either title is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that man just be. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him be.
Yeah. You know,
everything ain't got to be so politicized. Like, you perform at a Donald Trump event, so now that means you don't like black people. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that check cleared.
Extreme. Yeah, we kind of extreme here, though, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the check cleared, so he was fine with that.
It's like, look, I don't think everybody has to be Kendrick Lamar level of blackity black for us to, like, you know, like, respect them as a human being. Like, yeah, man, you ain't got to have all the same political views. Like, I don't think we should have to call them a sellout, like, immediately.
But that's not what Snoop is. No, wait a minute, man. Nah. What we're talking about here with Snoop in particular is this dude started out one way and, like you said, led multiple lives to get where we are.
And once again, man, like, you know, if I'm going to be fair,
okay,
which is a word I think is made up anyway, but like, if I'm going to be fair here, like, we talk shit about people changing and I guess evolving. Like the dude went from being broke, like
In a game.
staying with his mom, gang, to making money. Like I can imagine that might make some of your political views change because he's like, I'm rich.
Man,
This nigga wants to help me stay rich. I'm okay with it. And here's the thing: I would not do that. I'm firm in my stance that like I've always said it, and I've always felt like all money ain't good money. But that's also coming from my broke ass perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like that's also coming from my broke ass perspective. I have never been placed in a situation where I have millions in my account in something or somebody can basically guarantee that I can protect it, or there's another option, which means I might lose a lot of it. I've never been placed in that situation. I don't know how your boy would act. I'd like to think that I'd be like, hey, all money ain't good money, but I'm broke.
until you have it.
That's what I want to say. I'm broke now, so that's easy for me to say that now. I'm not losing shit. I ain't got it.
Okay,
It's easy to stand on your moral high ground when you ain't got shit to lose.
understood. I mean, look, man, as long as it was worth it to him, God bless.
Hey, I mean, it's interesting how back in Straight Outta Compton, there's one scene where Jerry Heller wants to sue Ice Cube, because of he was like, well, the the defamatory statements that he said about him, and he thought he was like, well, he's talking anti-Semitic about Jewish people. Nah, he was just talking shit about Jerry Heller, and he was like, we're gonna sue, and the guys was like, I mean, that's not really how we do it.
It's not the move.
Yeah,
it's not the move.
So like with Drake, it's like, bro, go back and watch Straight Outta Compton, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not how we do things. Because all it did make him even look more like a clown.
But see, Ruben, that's what I mean, though. Like, the only reason he's suing is because now that portion of him that once seeked people that look like us approval is now gone.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, fuck y'all. I'm gonna lean into this white shit.
Which is funny, right? Because honestly, we've talked about this fool before, and everybody knows my opinion of him. As a rapper, solid. But when he started Ja ruling that shit, I'm done. I can't.
I mean, my opinion on Drake is just the dude is super fucking talented.
Yeah. Did he start singing?
I just don't like any of his music. It like two things can be true at the same time. Like the dude's really talented, but I'm just hard pressed to think of, there's very few songs that are Drake songs that I like. And I might like a Drake song, but that's usually because I like the other people that are in that set song with him. So the song is hype, but it ain't like a singular Drake song, like a song where it's just Drake featuring Drake. I can't really think of too many that I'm just like, yeah, I want to hear that.
And all of his old, all of his older stuff, But you are right. Like he's got a couple tracks that I've said before, fire. His 16 bars killed it. Is when he decided he wanted to do hooks and all that crazy shit, and I'm just like, clearly you're not talking to me anymore.
But see, here's the thing. But that's the LL transition that I was talking about. Like
the LL never did hooks.
No. See, I'm not even talking about just like the hooks, but like, look, man, young, like little kid me was all about LL Cool J. Like that was it. And then there was a transition where like every song was basically featuring an R&B artist, and then I just realized, hey, he ain't making music for me no more. So I just gracefully bowed out. I was just like, all right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them people that's gonna start bashing them and saying, no, like, hey man, I know you still can do it, but I mean you found a more lucrative way to do this thing.
Yeah.
So cool, do that. And then when he started deepest, bluest, my hat is like a Sharks fan, I'm just like, hey, bro, it's too late for that shit now, man. Stop. The game done passed you by on that shit,
My
bro.
heart is like a short.
Although his latest album actually is pretty solid. Like actually his new album that came out is actually pretty good. Like I can listen to it and be like, hey, this feels good. It feels good. I mean, I know ain't nobody under 40 gonna listen to it, but like it feels good.
I mean, maybe it's not for them. So
I don't think it is, and that's okay.
yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, quick catch up and all that craziness. So let's get into what we're gonna talk about today. So the question was fairly simple. I
disagree. Before you even ask the question, I just disagree with your assessment that it's fairly simple. Please continue, sir. Wait, I'm gonna let you finish, but
this guy. So the question was twofold this week, and it was 4 reasons. So the first question was, name a woman's anthem, and then the second question was, name a men's anthem. So of course, the reason why I asked both of those questions is because I want for people to one, think about it, and then just see the parallel between the two. Because for God's sakes, there are like 5 million different women anthems. Why? Because they need that shit. Like they need that shit. That's just real. Like
I'm not disagreeing. That's why I'm laughing.
There's no other real way to say it.
I mean, when you're so divided as a people, you've got to bring different anthems to try to unify you in a moment.
Yeah, and they got tons of them. I mean, Lord knows. Beyonce is responsible for at least like half of them.
Mary J's got the other half.
I'm about to say it ain't even fair. I'm about to say don't just try to put that on Beyonce. I mean, you can
I do understand the logic.
I do too, but you can put that on Mary J.
I mean, yeah,
you can put that on Taylor Swift. I mean, you can put Katy Perry. Hey. Like literally, man.
That's the cool thing about women's anthems, man. Sees no color.
Yeah, it's true.
Because whether you white, black, Puerto Rican, or Asian, there is a woman's anthem for you.
And look, man, the women's anthem. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it because, like, to be honest, when you think about it, like most of the women anthems are revolving around like 3 hardcore topics. 1, this woman being great.
Yep.
Like against all odds, you're great, and you need to know that you're great. This girl is on fire. You got to. It's got to be a song that says, "Hey, you are great."
Fire,
and then there's
fireworks.
Yeah, and then there's the woman anthem that's these men ain't shit. And they can all get together and be like, yes, this nigga ain't shit
all day.
But all of them know at least ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. Like they heard it all before. They got them. And everybody.
I just want to know how you know the Mary J dance, man. How you know all these dances?
Who don't know the Mary J?
I mean, he did that pretty good, man.
Once again, they get in unison. It's choreographed even without them knowing. It's a genetic choreography. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even realize they doing it. They all start moving alike to the women's anthem.
Can I say this real quick though?
Sure.
I appreciate the fact you went from a Mary J song to a Sunshine Anderson song.
Once again,
and didn't even know. People didn't even know.
Like I said, it's because I was saying that they got scopes. They all over the place, man. Or it's the woman survivor song. Hence, I'm a survivor. That woman, you either great, men ain't shit, or you have survived trauma. And those anthems are
probably
awesome
just some
for that.
Dude.
No, not probably.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Not probably.
100%. So what's the last time a woman anthem was dogging another woman? Are you for real?
Which is interesting because
they're actually, hold on. Yeah, but I said they actually are.
Is it really?
The Boy Is Mine.
Yeah.
Is that an anthem though?
Yeah.
When that was that was
Yeah.
definitely definitely
I mean,
Anthem, though.
that's two women fighting over some ain't shit, motherfucker.
But is that an anthem? That's not unity. That's division.
Hold on. Every woman was unified because every woman feels like there's some woman trying to destroy them, so they can unify over all hating that bitch.
And on top of that, they all women had a side. You either Brandy or you're Monica. That's before they had teams.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, I just don't. My initial feeling was that's not an anthem, but okay, I got you.
I mean, because let's be real, man. How many times have you ever heard you talk to a woman? She's trying to ruin me. I mean, in fighting, man, they fight with themselves.
Here's the thing: as men, we don't really care about the anthems, and when I'm saying we don't care about the anthems, it's like most of the anthems don't affect us anyway, because usually it's about woman empowerment or women overcoming some shit. And as a guy,
or that dude ain't shit.
I know how to stay out of that shit business. Hey, that shit ain't talking about me. You better call Tyrone, bitch. That ain't even my name, so I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, that ain't for me.
Yeah, how fucked up is your name Tyrone, man? Like, you automatically like screwed if your name is Tyrone for real.
But here's the thing:
do anything wrong?
But the thing is, Tyrone won't even the antagonist of that song.
Nah,
Tyrone was just old boy's friend. This nigga was catching strays.
That is absolutely correct.
This nigga was literally catching a stray for being a friend.
Yeah. I mean,
wait a minute. Do we even know the dude's name?
No,
I didn't think so. That's one of my favorite songs.
We know his homeboy's name.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
Hey, your man ain't shit. You better call Tyrone.
But here's the thing: the women's anthems. But but you can't. Hey, that shit was cold though. But you can't use my phone. Like, I was like, damn.
I ain't getting involved in this shit. You better use your own goddamn phone. You better use your own prime code minutes, baby.
Oh wow, prime code. Oh my goodness, I hadn't heard that in a long time.
He dug that out the crates
for real. And that was like 97. Okay,
I'm here all week, baby.
Yeah, but the women's anthems that we really, really, really loathe are the ones that put us all in it, even when we ain't got shit to do with it.
Not at all.
Like, I mean, we're men, so we automatically have everything to do with it, right?
No. See, but a lot of the women's anthems are so directed towards something that happened to her that we can just kind of just be like, hey, yeah, fucked up dudes out there. But there's some anthems that pull us all in unknowingly, like No Scrubs. Nigga, you couldn't even be in the passenger seat no more.
Yeah.
I mean, there were certain criteria, like you had to live at home.
No.
You didn't have a car.
No, see, here's the thing. Women didn't understand the assignment of that song. Like, they didn't make it so you had to fit multiple things. If you just could hit one of those target things, you was a scrub.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing. I mean, Ruben, I couldn't even be in the passenger seat of your car and talk to somebody because, nigga, you a scrub. Why the fuck do we both have to drive here? We were coming to the same place. We trying to save the environment, bitch. We trying to reduce our carbon emission.
Hey, and I mean, I'm trying to be safe on this shit, man. I gotta drive and holler at you at the same time.
If you live at home with your mama, hey, look, man, my mom is on disability right now. She technically stayed with me. I'm her caretaker.
It doesn't matter. You can't live at home. Speaking to somebody who did, you can't.
Here's the thing, AG. That's what I meant. Like these some of the women's anthems like made you guilty, even if you weren't. You were just like, damn, I'm just catching a stray.
It's not catching a stray. It's not a stray.
But here's the thing. What if your mom lived with you?
Well, that doesn't matter because now you're in a situation where you threaten her.
And see, AG,
you're a scrub though.
And here's the thing,
AG, you are.
I was a scrub when that song came out, and you know why I was a scrub? Because I was a teenager. So yes, I lived at home with my mama.
Right, but see,
Yes,
you don't
yes, I ain't
qualify
have
because-
no money. But
I
here's
hear
the
you.
thing: the women. That's what I'm saying. These are the women anthems that, as guys, we didn't like because, like, I'm trying to holler at some high school chick, and she's calling me a scrub, and I'm like, bitch, what am I supposed to be?
I mean, I agree. What I'm saying to you from their point of view, it's just like we talk about on the show nearly every week. They created the game and they changed the rules as it fits.
Oh
them.
yeah, the moving goalposts.
Right. So it's like, you know.
But the
what is
curious thing
difference?
is like trying to think of men's anthem, and I realize I'm not trying to say this as a superior thing, but we don't need anthems.
No, we're all white men.
We're all unified anyway.
Right. And we have all the power. So, like I said, we're all white men.
But here's the thing, AG, we do have songs that could be construed as anthems.
Like what? Because it was really hard for me.
Here's the thing, AG, but they're not anthems. We have call to action songs.
Like
all the male songs are like call to action songs. Here we go. Just put it in your mouth.
You know what? Here we go.
Ooh, me so horny. These are call to action songs, man.
Me so horny is not a call to action. That's just describing a situation.
I mean, the song, man. He's telling her what to do. Like literally, he's telling her what to do, bro. He
explained his plight because he was sitting at home. And if we're going to say the clean version, watching Arsenio Hall, we all knew what he said. He was sitting at home with his dick on hard, and he picked up his black book for a freak to call.
That's right.
These are call to actions. Just put it in your mouth. Call to action. Slob
just
on my
don't
mouth.
Bite it.
Call.
Just don't bite it.
I mean, and here's the thing, AG.
Part 1 and 2.
I'm not even just talking about in the hip hop community because I can venture off. Hey, man. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. That's a call to action. Yeah. Hey, chick, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
We don't have anthems. We have calls to action.
You couldn't be. You couldn't be more accurate. I agree. I agree. I'm just saying. I just felt like the question was hard for me, and plus, I didn't get the first part of the question very well, as far as analyzing women and their anthems. But for me, it was just kind of like.
Yep, there we go. There we go, Brent Miller. Another call to action song.
Exactly.
And I mean,
I just felt like, why do men need this when we carry all the power? I feel like us as a group, this is what it must feel like to be a white man in America. Why do I need to come back at you when I'm a win anyway?
Here's the thing, AG. That's why our songs are not anthems; they're call to actions because we're in the position of power, so we're just given the action. We're given the assignment.
True enough.
Look, man, any song that's telling you what to do, even let's just break it down. The boot scooting boogie, heel to toe, do-si-do. Come on, girl, let's go boot scoot. I mean, what do you think boot scooting is?
I'm like,
bro. All I'm saying,
hey, Teddy Pendergrass, turn off the lights.
You got what I need.
Strong arming it, man.
I mean,
like calls.
And that dude was in a wheelchair.
No, he wasn't in a wheelchair when he did that one.
Yeah, but
this was all Teddy. All Teddy call to actions were prior to the wheelchair. I promise you they were.
That don't mean he didn't use it when
like I said. I'm just saying we specialize in call to action songs. The songs that get guys going are call to action songs. These are the songs that we play in our mind and we're just like, yes, that's what we wish we could actually fucking say.
And honestly, man, the original. I hate this song so much, but the original, the Electric Slide.
How is that a call to action?
They're telling you what to do.
But I mean, is that a male thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I go with that one because that's not a male call to action.
You get her on the floor, you get her dancing, and next thing you know, she warmed up. She ready to do something else.
Really?
I mean,
from the Electric Slide.
Everybody doing it.
I don't know, man. You've been at some different Electric Slide functions than I've been at. that ain't never been my experience at those type of functions.
See, that's right. That's a song by the Vibrator.
Or the Electric Slide?
Yes.
I have heard that. But still, it does.
I mean,
I don't know, man.
I mean, you can sit there and say, well, I don't know.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just said I've never been at that type of function where it got the ladies warmed up. That's not. I ain't never. I don't know what type of P Diddy freak off you was at where the electric slide got him going, but
the percolator.
Call to action.
I mean, that's
once again, these are call to action.
See, I think we're veering off from the male anthem part of it, though.
But see, that's the whole thing.
I agree, because that's not a male call to action, but I can tell you a male call to action that almost serves two purposes. It's a male call to action and unites women all at the same time. Back that ass up. It is a male call to action and it unifies women.
That don't matter.
I said it
how old they are.
That is the most amazing unifying song in popular culture.
Transcends color, ethnicity, all of it. Absolutely.
Size,
age. I mean, ain't.
And that is the ultimate male call to action. Girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up? You's a fine motherfucker. Won't you back that ass? These are all call to actions. He ain't asking.
Yeah.
These aren't requests.
I mean,
not wrong.
When you see
call to action,
you see 80-year-old grandma with her cane backing it up. It's a problem. I'm not gonna say it's a problem, but you better make sure.
For some grandmas, it's not a problem.
When we was at that Juvenile concert and he said the greatest love song ever, I when he made that statement, I'm like, man, that sounds like a really big joke. But he ain't that far off.
Nah, he's not.
He's not that far off.
Nope.
And it doesn't matter.
And I would challenge, like, you might feel like you have the biggest song. Like, as an artist, you might be like, man, I'm a huge artist. You can't name 10 songs in the history of popular music over the last 50 years that are more impactful than a song where a dude is literally just saying, back that ass up.
It don't matter your color. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter the scenery.
Your socioeconomic status don't matter because flat booty, pale face, no hip having, Upper East Side white chicks get loose when back that ass up. And man, you see all
booty.
Yeah, you see all types of I guess spinal cords gyrating, because even when they ain't got no booty, they trying to make something twerk. They trying to make something shake.
I mean, and that's, like, honestly, like when my humps came out, I was like, hold on, man. Fergie, look, baby. You out here talking about my humps and you ain't got no humps, bro. Like,
she kind of does.
Nah, she didn't.
She's got lady bumps.
She's flat, bro. She flat.
I mean, I would agree with AG, like lady bumps. Like it's not. I wouldn't call it curvaceous, but I mean, I'm sure there's a curve. I'm sure there's some symmetry.
Hey man, you do it. Hey, you do enough squats in a small period of time, maybe you'll get something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, she ain't have much back there.
Well, at this point in history, I appreciate anybody that's got their own booty. For real. At this point, I really do appreciate a woman that's not got a BBL.
I'm gonna be honestly, in my life, I probably know women who have BBLs, but I don't know that they have a BBL. I don't even know what they look like.
At this point in time, man, like you unless you have very intimate knowledge of a woman, you can't never know for sure.
Yeah, you can. You can tell.
AJ, I'm not talking about the outlandish bad ones. I'm just saying, like, if the ones that are done with like proportions in mind, because you can see some chicks who were skinny and didn't have curve, and you can see them become workout warriors in the gym for 2 or 3 years. The next thing you know, you're like, hey man, your lower body looking good. But there's always a small piece of you that's like, did you cheat code this thing? Did you down, right, left, up on this shit?
I'm telling you, man, it doesn't matter how big it is. You can always tell.
I mean, again, I'm not saying you can't always tell, and I imagine you really can tell, when all the wardrobe is off. But man, between the legging technology, the workout warriors and all this stuff, man. Hey, look, man, they are doing some amazing camouflage jobs. Now, I'm not talking about the obscene ones, the ones where the legs don't match the
no,
body.
those terrible. Like Kim Kardashian, that's awful. I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about the ones that are really subtle. You can still kind of tell it's something's wrong there.
I mean,
something's wrong.
If you could put a cup on her booty, I would like to question that.
I'm just saying, AG, I imagine some that you probably think might not be, because they might just be from like real good work. And there's some that you'll probably think, oh yeah, that's definitely all natural. And then she pull out the receipt and be like, surprise, nigga, got your ass.
Man, look, I appreciate you, man, because you've given me like 2 or 3 intros. That's one of them. That's funny.
I
got
mean,
you, bitch.
Yeah. It honestly, man, at this point in time in life, man, I couldn't tell a BBL from something real. Like, you would have to point that shit out to me. And yeah, the legging technology, bro. I mean,
I didn't know there was a budget for that.
Yeah, these chicks got bulletproof leggings now, man. They got Kevlar in them shits. So it's like, bruh.
And they got the leggings that give the booty a lift.
Yeah,
it's like, man, y'all got so many cheat codes, man, and then y'all got the audacity to be getting on men about their hair units. Like, hey, look, I wish I would hear a chick start talking crazy about a dude getting hair enhancements or some shit. Yo, fake ass, shut the fuck up.
We're not going to say that. We're not going to say that. We give them a pass on everything.
No, AG. I'm not going to give them a pass on that. I promise you, I will not give them a pass on that. I will give women a passes on a lot of things. I draw the line at that. Out of all the technology and cheat codes that these chicks have, if you're gonna get mad at a dude because he just wants to get his hairline back, like he ain't trying to, like, he ain't got a penis enhancement. He ain't doing none of that. I'm just saying, he just said, I want to be able to go to my barber with pride, and you're gonna try to make my man feel bad about it? No, man, fuck you.
However,
you.
I will say this: that whole coloring, like creating your hairline with the color shit.
See, here's the thing: we could eliminate that if we made it okay for men to just say, you know what, we're gonna get these male enhancements for the hair plugs. Like we gonna, because they got real good technology on how they can get that hair transplant game down. So
hair club for men, baby.
But every time you hear people, when me trying to, I can't get with no dude got no fake hair. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, everything
is fake, probably.
Almost everything about your existence is manufactured. Almost everything about your existence is manufactured.
But they make the game up, man. They can do that. It's like authority. Authority can do anything it wants.
That, AG, sir, is the hill that I am, in fact, willing to die.
You go down the hill. You don't down nobody's hill, but you go down that one.
If LeBron James comes out here next year and he's got locks, you know what I'm saying? He's got a thick hairline, and next thing you know, he's got some long locks, and they try to I'm gonna be like, hey, nah, man, I'm gonna protect this man at all costs. Cause I'm like, look, man, he done taken so much shit about his hairline for so long. Eventually the man's gonna break. Eventually, the man's gonna be like, I got enough money to fix this shit, so I'm gonna fix this shit.
I mean, the hairline's running away, bro. Like, like when they did the straight up, remember those things where when Straight Outta Compton came out, you could put like straight out of your city or whatever. I did one for LeBron James before he was a Laker. It says straight out of hairline, because that hairline is like back here. Like Stephen A. Smith, another dude, man. I mean, bro, you make way too much money. You not a goddamn athlete. But he can't get his shit fixed, because if he get his shit fixed, everybody know that shit fake. So he's like, fuck it. That's what it is.
And here's the thing, man. Why should he feel ashamed about having enough paper? Like, hold on. The game is all fucked up and upside down, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, Cardi B put in her own song, "Yeah, I got my teeth fixed because it won't cheat," and they celebrated that. Yeah, this stripper chick got enough money to fix her face, and they was like, "Yeah, she doing it, women empowerment." But if you mean to tell me if LeBron or Stephen A. Smith get their hairline fixed, he gotta take some shit about that because he got enough money to do it? Man, fuck out of here, man. I am gonna die on this hill.
I might be with you on that one.
I will pay for the tombstone on this hill because I am willing to die on this hill. And here's the thing: I'm a bald guy saying that. I'm a guy that no hairline, like hairline disappeared, like just said, you know what, F you.
And I'm not, your hairline said?
Your hairline said F you. And here's the thing: I'm not even saying that for me because honestly, it was freeing for me to come home because I was like, hey, I had some good years with my hair. So like I let it go. But I mean, I understand not every guy has the head shape for it. I understand not every guy, you know, some guys just need to feel like they got that Samson strength, man. They need that hair for Samson strength. And like I feel like you should be able to do that for yourself, man.
And I mean, and look, man, I'm blessed that I usually cut my hair bald, but you know, if I decide I want to grow my hairline's still strong. Like I'm blessed in that. I worked hard on this shit. Like when I was a kid.
Shut the fuck up, man. You got genetics. Don't talk about you worked hard for genetics, Cody.
I did, bro.
You know, Mo, I was trying not to say that.
You just didn't experience male pattern hair baldness, man.
What do you mean?
That's like me saying I worked hard for this 6'3", bro.
Exactly.
I worked hard for this shit, nigga. Like,
how do you work hard for
Ruben, if you would have worked as hard as me, you would have got the 6 feet like me too, bro. You just need to work a little harder.
You need to bootstrap it, sir.
That means don't mean they ain't try, you know. But hey, laziness starts your growth. But yeah, man. Nah, hey, come on, AG. Like,
he just called you lazy. He just called you lazy, Ruben, because you said laziness stunts growth.
No, I said.
You called it straight. Like,
ooh, AG didn't catch it straight.
You just said laziness stunts your growth.
Oh, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me because I'm lazy as shit.
No, because what I'm saying is you have a great hairline because you have one. I don't have a great hairline.
I mean, because, you know, surprisingly, most of the dudes in our family are now bald.
Some of it's on purpose.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can't speak for everybody. I mean, it's not perfect for me. Well, you know, I do it because I want it. But, like, yeah, my hairline's pretty solid. But, you know.
Okay. Taking some credit for something he ain't got shit to do.
I'm done with it. I'm not saying anything else about it. You are right, sir. You are correct.
Hey, look, man, it ain't much over here that I'm right about, so I'm gonna take that one.
Okay.
I'm just saying, but whoo! I mean, this episode's been pretty fire, man. Went from Kendrick Lamar and to women's anthems to what'd you call it, Moby? We don't have anthems. We have
call to action.
Call to action,
man. Calls to action, man.
I mean, hey, you can't say you can't go to too many other places to get the real truth, and that's what we do. You know,
it's a version of truth. That's for sure.
Yeah. And look, man. It somebody might be able to dispute me. Somebody might be like, "Hey, there's some male anthems out there, and maybe they'll be able to tell me about them because I can't think of none."
No, I'm just saying, the stuff I had written down is not even close.
I mean, it's not about
absolutely right about the call to action stuff. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, because it's not, you know, there are very few. I would say there are probably some songs out there that nobody likes that would be considered, you know, male anthem, but we don't like them, so we don't give a shit. So, like, because it's not equal to what a woman would call a woman's anthem, then it's not an anthem. It's just some shit, you know.
Because my first thought was like, do we have a No More Drama song? I don't know if we do. So
I mean,
not that I know of.
So we do have a couple.
Like
I
what?
mean, like you know, Ice Cube back in the day, he had a song "A Bitch Is a Bitch." I mean, that's just probably gonna be as close as we get.
But I don't know if I would call that an anthem. Like that, he was just talking in generalities. Like, you know, this
a bitch is a bitch. Well, whether she's poor or rich.
Like I said, that was just generalities. Like I don't know if we got any like male anthems. Like I even try to think of like some R&B love song type stuff that maybe guys have that we don't necessarily. You can't call them an anthem, but maybe like a song that guys like rally behind the theme of it. I can't think of none. I just
nothing that I would call respectable. I mean, there's knocking boots, which is more a call to action.
Once again, I'm about to say you're going right back to the call to action stuff, man.
And then, unfortunately, even knocking boots at Christmas. It's Christmas. That's part of my gift, baby. Like, what's going on? We got to remind your ass.
I guess I can think of some that would be like a male song that would be like the general type of theme,
like Too Close.
Yeah, I was. That's funny you said that. I was literally thinking like baby when we're grinding, but that's like
I feel like he's begging.
But no, that's not a male empowerment song. That's like
kind of like a call to action. Hey, baby.
No, that's like a male middle school anthem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like literally all that is like, dry grinding like for the first time in middle school. Baby, like when I'm grinding, we get so excited. Like, yeah, that's a middle school thing, man. Won't no 20-something-year-old or 30-something-year-olds bumping that shit. Like, nah, that.
I mean, they probably so because
Now we've made jokes about certain songs like that, like Boondocks made reference to the "You Got It Bad" Usher song.
Yeah,
that's kind of a male thing, but like. Is it?
Yeah,
like that because women anthems are songs that unify them and they sing together in unison. Like all those men type shits, like those are shits you listen to by yourself.
He's so right.
Wow.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I might have been feeling that song one time, but I was listening to it by myself.
I mean, yeah.
In the weird male songs that aren't really anthems, they're like guilty pleasure. Like men do have like guilty pleasure songs. Like I can AG, I will give you a story, and Ruben was there. So we are stuck in traffic. We are on our way on a long road trip, and a song comes on. I don't know whose playlist it was playing on. But I've Been Kissed by a Rose comes on, and first the song comes on, and
God.
ain't nobody saying nothing. Nobody's requested for it to change.
I've Been Kissed by a Rose.
Yeah,
Seal.
Kissed
by a Rose. Seal.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
saying, so, AJ,
it's a great song. Don't get me wrong.
Here's the thing, AJ. That's what I'm saying. So the song comes on. Nobody complains. Nobody necessarily like says, "Hey, change that," or nobody says, "Turn it up." It's just playing, and then it gets to like about the second verse.
Baby,
and in the midway through the second verse, 3 grown ass men in the car just like, "Hey man, fuck you, man. This is my jam, bro."
Well, why y'all feeling guilty?
No, it's not that you really feel guilty, but like once again, these are songs that you listen to by yourself generally.
Yeah.
We don't really have songs that we like get all like we ain't got no single ladies. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got all this and everybody put their hands up and start doing. We don't have them. We have songs that we might feel like that, but we gonna shut the door, close the blinds, turn the lights off, and we gonna cry in the shower about them. Like we ain't doing it together.
I would say the group that probably came up with
Brent Malone just put a great one.
Yeah, ain't
he's
no
right. He's right. That might be considered a male anthem.
Who's the artist? I never heard of this one.
That's Drake, Snoop.
Okay.
And Nate Dogg on the hook.
Yeah.
Ain't no fun if the homies came. Like that, Brent, you might have done it. That is a male anthem song.
I got to go back and listen to it now.
And then, I mean, bitches ain't shit.
Now on that same vein,
yeah,
Ludacris, Use a Hoe. That's a male anthem song.
Hey, another.
Damn, I just realized all of our male anthems are really derogatory towards women. We ain't shit.
Whoa. Wait. No, that's not true.
Here's what I was about to say. Because we only have one section of lane for our anthems. It's in the women ain't shit category. At least women got 3 lanes of anthems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just want you to say that because I was like,
No.
no.
I won't.
Oh.
I won't trying to put us down. I just
Okay.
realized that
Any-
all the anthems we have are really derogatory towards
yeah.
women.
Any male anthem is probably talking about how women ain't shit. It's coming from a place of being pissed off.
No. It's coming from a place of superiority or devaluing of the women. Like, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Ain't about being pissed off. It's basically about devaluing her as a human being.
I mean, coming around that train. I mean, that was nice about it, but we all know what that's about.
Like I said, man. So I guess the few male anthem songs we have is just
thank you, hip hop.
Basically, just a whole bunch of dogs howling. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all we doing.
Well, no, I would say the one group who I would say that made some male anthem songs, but are slower in that, it's probably Drew Hill. They did a really good job of making a bunch of male anthem songs. Like that sleeping in my bed shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the one I was gonna go with. I was gonna go with The Beauty.
I mean, I would go with the whole goddamn album.
No, and once again, in many ways, it still falls under the category, like I was saying. It's songs that all our men like, but we generally play that shit by ourselves. We ain't trying to we not ain't nobody hey put on that Drew Hill so we can all get live up in this bitch. Like, that's not generally what dudes are.
Yeah. Somebody sleeping in my bed.
Hey, Brent Malone gave another one. Poison.
Yeah, Poison.
That is a good.
That's
a very good one.
Yes. That is universal, and that's not derogatory. That's just facts.
No point.
I mean, two things can be true at one time.
No. How was that derogatory? How was it derogatory?
I mean, women are poison. That's not positive.
Never trust a big.
It's not supposed to be positive. You can't say that's derogatory just because it's not positive.
I will agree that it's not necessarily derogatory, but it ain't positive.
It's not supposed to be. Like,
never trust a big butt.
You tell me.
But AG is absolutely right. That fits all the criteria for anthem.
Exactly.
It unifies, like, all guys feel that shit, and it can play in the club, and we all unify in being like, yes, that girl's
we've
poison.
all dated one or seen somebody get destroyed. It's the same thing. I mean, I don't know how I just feel like
Malone literally saved it, because that is a male anthem, true and
Absolutely.
true. No shortcuts, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
That is a male anthem.
Exactly. And the other special thing about that song is I rarely hear a woman challenge it. I have never heard a woman challenge that song. Not one.
I would probably say that's one of the songs that women probably don't like as much.
They can not like it all they want to, but they don't challenge it either.
Ruben, I'm gonna disagree with you on that. Women loved that song because all women loved was who was performing the song. So because they were loving who was performing the song, they would just in their head say, "Oh, but they not talking about me."
That's true.
Sure enough.
Hey man, because last night I played The Wall.
I mean, I say that's the justification. It's like, if they like you, they can be like, that song ain't about me.
Checking out the highs and lows. When I'm stopping, still clocking them hoes. I mean, there ain't nothing positive about that.
Not supposed to be.
Bell, wow. DeVoe. Now you know.
Yo, Slick. Below.
Which might have been the biggest pause moment ever in a song.
Yes. Yo, Slick.
Now, Slick, pause, my nigga. Hey, hold on, bro.
I need you to back that shit.
It kind of didn't age well, but we still understand it.
Yeah, but I'm glad he said that one, man, because that is true.
All about that. How did I miss that one?
Yeah, it's so obvious that should be one, but
I mean, probably a lot more that we're missing right now. But
I'm sure but it's so much easier for the women anthems because they're so aplenty. Like, you know what I'm saying? you can just accidentally turn the radio on and you're gonna get one.
Well, like I said, man, I really do feel like because we have the power advantage that it just doesn't feel the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to like demean women that they have so many anthems. It's just, what I do get mad about is when women get mad at me for not liking their anthem. Just like that song won't for me, so it's okay if I'm not a fan of that song.
It's not, sir.
The Starboy male anthem. Starboy sucks. So I'm not a fan of the song. I think the song's stupid. I mean, y'all call it for what it is. I think it's dumb as shit.
Yeah, I think a criteria for a male anthem song,
it.
A lot of men have to like it.
And it's because
that's what disqualifies a lot of songs. Like women might be like, "Oh, that should be an anthem," and we like, "Yeah, but we don't like that."
I mean, and Weeknd don't make songs for us. Clearly, his songs not for us, not for men.
Generational gaps, man. I'm just gonna be honest. It's a generational gap, man. It's not for your old ass.
No, not at all.
It's not for my vintage ass. But there's
wait a minute. You get vintage, he gets old.
I know, right? Like, I guess those who speak first control the.
I don't know if I say "Dirty Diana" is a male anthem. I will say it's a fire ass song though, but it's I don't know if I call it an anthem.
Well, I think it's
a fire ass song though. Like I love hearing Michael Jackson sing a song about a scenario that he obviously had no clue like what it was really like to be in that situation, but he did it well.
No, man, you never know about that guy.
You're right. I don't know.
Story where he kicked Tupac's ass. So I'm like,
what?
Maybe he was somebody that we think he wasn't. Just saying.
I need to see that on video.
I don't necessarily need to see it on video. I just need to know the circumstances around it because I can see.
Oh, he was talking about. I think he was. Oh, he had said some derogatory things about one of Quincy Jones's daughters, and
really?
he took umbrage with it. And Pac wasn't. He's like, whatever. And he's like, man, look, and he kicked his ass.
I'm not saying this shit can happen.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I need to know the circumstances, like in the scenario, like because I can see a scenario in which Michael Jackson could kick anyone's ass because
sucker punch him.
Not even that, no, because he probably has some really motherfucking big ass security around that you just knew if you hit Michael Jackson back, it won't no coming back.
Nah,
you know like sometimes you just gotta take this L. Like it's just all right, Mike, you got it. My bad.
And once again, did Michael Jackson beat him up or did his security?
Look, man, a couple people corroborated the story. Michael Jackson can throw hands. That's all.
Here's the thing, I don't dispute that at all. That could very well be a real life thing. I still just need to know the circumstances that surround everything else about it.
I hear you. Well, it's kind of. I felt like when I read the article, I felt like it took me a long time to really, really believe that Prince could ball until everybody else was like, and I'm talking about NBA players, especially Timberwolves. They were like, bro, it's real. So
blouses.
Yeah, she said he kicked you. He'll kick your ass in heels, and that wasn't that. Everything Charlie Murphy said was not hyperbole. Man, I'm just saying.
First of all, it had to be real because that story's too great not to be. There's some stories that are just so good that they can't be a lie. It's just because nobody's creative enough to think of a story that great.
Truth is always stranger than fiction. Always.
Game bitches, blouses.
Exactly. Now you want some pancakes?
Yeah.
I love that.
Rest his soul, man. Rest his soul.
Everybody. I know somebody that went to one of Prince's Vegas shows, and they said like literally one of the interludes, like he just came out and started talking to some chick that was at a table, and I guess she was clearly with a significant other, and he just looked down at him, and he was like, "What?" And he was like, "Never mind," and he brought a plate of pancakes. I was like, "Would you like some pancakes?" And everybody lost it. I was like, "Yo, yo."
I
So
mean,
you trying to take my girl, and then you gonna give me a stack of pancakes?
you gonna
Yeah,
feed my ass?
yes, I actually do still want the pancakes. I bet them shits was fire though. Like I'm just saying, like
I mean, you don't know till you taste, right? So awesome. So, AG man, what's on your mind?
Abortion. Abortion is on my mind.
What? That's random.
Well, not for me. You asked me what was on my mind, right? Not for me. So I hear, obviously we all know about, the agenda against abortion and all that. I hear what you're saying. I'm not necessarily for spiritualizing it the way it is because I think it's an agenda. I think the agenda is for white America to keep numbers to keep them the majority. Well, I'm watching this show my wife turned me on to called Dark Winds. Great show. Takes place on a reservation and all these things. But one of the things that got me here was the fact that I forgot that if you live on a reservation and you having a baby, they'll deliver the baby and then they will sterilize you without your permission and without you knowing what has happened in the early stages of it. Obviously, they caught wise to it, but it became a law. So if you were a white woman that ended up having to have a baby on a reservation, they will sterilize you because that's like the rule. So I'm sitting there watching this play out and everything around it. And I'm like, this is just a different tool for the same thing. So for me, it's like, if you want to spiritualize it, I hear what you're saying. But to do what you're doing and to make it an agenda that's political is the wrong way to go. Because if you feel that strongly about abortion, how about you just don't get one? And so for those people to sit up there and tell me, talk down to me and punch down to me about abortion, and then those same people have a history of sterilization, which to me, I'm like, they're related. I'm like, that just makes you evil. So I'm like, man, y'all, it just further reminds me that this world is an evil place when people have an agenda and they will take anything and mold it as a weapon. So just be aware. I don't care how you feel about abortion and all that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is you can't be hypocritical, or you can, but I would like you not to be. And that's what all this is. So if you black or brown, they're trying to hold your numbers down. They're trying to do all these things to oppress you. And I was just reminded that this abortion thing is not nearly as spiritual as people want to say it is. This is about white numbers. This is a political statement. This is an agenda. This is weaponizing. So just be aware. That's what's on my mind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mo B, man, what's on your mind?
white fragility. We just saw Captain America today, and I did what I normally don't do, which is like I read like reviews for the movie, but I did it after I saw the movie. And Ruben had told me that there was a lot of people that was talking about how bad the movie was. And I read some of those reviews. I don't know what the fuck they talking about because the movie wasn't bad. But then as I read these reviews that are literally just dancing around calling Disney woke for all of the character choices that they made. And I'm just like, is Disney woke? Or were the original writers of this comic book woke? Because they kind of followed what happened in the fucking comic book. Like, Sam Wilson did become Captain America. But I mean, I heard them saying, oh, of course they would make it a Latino Falcon now because we have to have more representation. Why can't Marvel just keep characters the way they were meant to be? That was an exact quote I heard. And I'm just like, I get it, man. Your whiteness is under attack. And in many places, I would agree. Your whiteness is under attack. However, if you're going to take the time to write a scathing review and use big 3-syllable words, like you've kind of proven to me that either you know how to use GPT or that you actually do have a grasp of the English language. How about you try to fucking read a book first of all, or read a comic book that you're criticizing a movie for fucking following, like not veering too far off at all. I just the white fragility in this country is at an all-time high. And I get it, man. Hit dogs holler. Like, you hear it all the time, but god damn, at some point in time, if you're supposed to be the superior race that you claim to be, like, why are you so scared of everything, man? Why are you so scared of anything that looks brown, darker than you, or lacks a penis? Like, it seems like those are the three things that scare this white male fragility more than anything. If you just didn't like the movie, just say that. If you just don't like necessarily the plot line, if you're just like, hey, I'm not a big fan of superhero movies, I don't know why the fuck you go watch it anyway if you're not. But if that's a legit reason for why you don't like it, if you're like, hey, I didn't think the dialogue was very good, or there's a lot of plot holes in the movie. If somebody would have gave an honest review like that, I can ride with it. But when you start off with saying woke Disney strikes again and Captain America flop, I'm like, I didn't realize the number one movie in the country right now would be considered a flop. But white fragility, man, like, poor white people. I'm so sorry that you have all the power and all the privilege and all the benefits in this world, yet somehow you're still feeling like you're failing. Sorry. Do better or get blacker. Do one or the other. Like, just do better or get blacker. That's pretty much the only options right now. But that's it, man.
Oh man, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yo, man, that's funny. Like what y'all talking about today, because I decided I want to go a little political today. Because not that I do a whole lot, but I think the last episode I was a little political. Because man, like what's going on right now is so laughable and sad at the same time. Like today, it was announced that what Trump is going to do is he's not going to levy any tariffs. He is going to, he basically says, if someone puts tariffs on us, we're going to turn around and put those same tariffs on them. Which basically means you ain't doing shit. Like, because if they didn't put a tariff on us, I mean, we're not doing that. So it's like, it's funny, right? Because he ran about three things. He ran about tariffs. He ran about getting the government smaller, which is insanity. And he ran about groceries, getting the price of groceries down. Now,
he also, I think immigration. I think you missed immigration. That was one of the biggest platforms he ran on. Was, hey, we're gonna get rid of all those colors.
Yeah, the ones that don't belong here apparently. So
no. He didn't say don't belong here. He said we're gonna get rid of all those colors.
Well, so 4 things, right? Well, of course, the immigration thing's going on. For all good that's doing. But that's going to come back and affect us later in like April. So we're going to put that to the side for now. Last time I checked, groceries ain't going down. And hell, about to go up starting in April. Oh, we're going to put tariffs on everybody so they can pay for stuff. You got punked out by Canada and Mexico publicly. And hell, you got punked out by Canada by a chick who ain't even in charge of nothing. Like, yeah, good job, man. So once again, I think I said 2 weeks ago, man. This is almost like a grade school, a really big lesson about how government works, because I knew that the majority of people in this country don't understand how government works at all. They just don't. They just do what they hear people say. $3 trillion, blah, blah, blah. Well, for those who aren't there paying attention, let me help you out. Now they want to raise the debt ceiling another $5 trillion. Hold on, what? We already $3.5 trillion, and you're sitting there saying, well, we need to get that down, but you want to raise the debt limit another $5 trillion? Okay, that's fun. Then number 2, like, I guess they're upset that the judicial branch of the government is stopping him from doing shit. 8th grade civics. There are 3 parts of government. There's Congress, there's the president, and there's the judicial branch of government. I mean, checks and balances, man. Checks and balances. Like, what are we doing? So now they're upset because one of the branches that is checking you is checking you. And then, of course, last week, probably the biggest stupidity ever over a dude who probably is about to get fired. Look, man, I don't live in New York, and I don't really have an opinion about Mayor Adams. However, all these people who were riding with you quit because they had a rock solid case apparently on Mayor Adams, and you was just like, nah, we need to let him go. You had all these people from the DOJ quit for this black dude who you expect to do some immigration shit for you in New York. And when it's all said and done, all the governor's got to do is be like, fuck you, you out. So you lost all these people. You lost seven people in the DOJ for a person who, honestly, I think a whole bunch of New Yorkers ain't gonna vote in anyway for some little purpose that you want to do with immigrant. Yo, man, like Drake, I need for him to get somebody else who is going to help him, because clearly his chess moves are terrible. I don't know if he's playing like children's checkers, but like you're not making good moves, sir. Like, I get what you're trying to do, executive orders. All you're gonna do is piss off eventually, because they're not there yet. Piss off Congress enough. The next president ain't gonna be able to do this. You're gonna have like a limit of executive orders that you can do. I mean, for God's sakes, you're basically a fucking figurehead. Like, you ain't got no real power. And it's just like, all I'm saying is, everybody should pay attention to what's going on in the government now. Because if you skip 8th grade civics, or you didn't make it there, hey, this is the greatest lesson that we have right now. Because if the other 2 parts of the government don't check the president, I'm not going to sit here and say that movie Civil War could possibly happen. I'm just going to say shit might get a little weird soon. So, hey, all I'm saying, you voted dude in, and hey, guess what, poor people? That $3 trillion is that big government that he's tried to get rid of and stop. And then he was like, well, we're not stopping all the other stuff. We're not stopping Medicaid and all that. You didn't say that when you stopped it. You stopped all $3 trillion. You didn't say, we're gonna stop all this, but this, and this. You just say that, bro. Like, what we doing? Look, I get it, man. The government probably spends too much money on a whole bunch of bullshit. You know? However, I will say that, you know, he could have did this better. But once again, first 100 days, he's got to make his point. And he's done that. And yeah, just join the ride, everybody. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just confused at how you're gonna minimize government but create more oversight. That doesn't seem to be possible. We're gonna get rid of a lot of people in government and create more oversight. Who's gonna be doing the overseeing?
Not him. You know, because all his people,
President Musk, man, it's President Musk,
bruh. All his people are leaving. How, yo?
I'm sorry. I need to. That's disrespectful to keep calling him President Musk. I'm sorry.
That's disrespectful to Musk. It's President Doge.
It's disrespectful to Trump. It's President Trump, and it's Lord King Emperor Musk. Lord King Emperor Musk. Because I mean, look, the motherfucker that controls everybody's social security number and has records of everybody, bruh, you are the all-seeing eye.
And I mean, yeah, and this dude also has all these defense contracts with the United States. I mean, there's no way that could be like a conflict of interest. Not even fucking close. Yeah, think about it. So, nah, man, it's just, I mean, yo, we're gonna look back in history in these 4 years, and it's either gonna be one or two things. Either this dude don't make it, or whoever is president next will have to rebuild all this shit, because he's trying to tear it down, and it doesn't look like his boys are going to stop him. So, hey, man, we're what?
But before we wrap up this Trump talk, can we just say how interesting it is that all of the black people that supported him, like the Byron Donaldsons and all those black people, are not in charge of anything?
Nothing.
Like literally, they caked for him in hopes that they would get a seat at the table, and all them niggas is still outside niggas.
The only one that
but we already knew that though.
We did, but it's just so it's so almost sad.
Is it sad?
No.
I was cheering. I liked it.
No, I'm happy for them, but there is a part of me that thinks, I wonder if these niggas really thought. They really thought
we're about to move in the house.
Yeah, they really thought they was one of them. Like they felt like they were so close.
And you know what makes it worse? Here's what makes it worse. The only one that made it ain't even black, and that's Marco Rubio. He made it in the house for y'all motherfuckers. Especially Byron Donaldson. Fuck you. You're the worst. You're the worst. Tim Scott, Dio, where is that dude? Talking about disappearing act?
Once again, man, all these dudes that was on the forefront of trying to be part of the black movement for the conservative party, because they was, hey, Trump my homeboy, we be kicking it all the time. And now Trump is like, new phone, who this?
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. It is hilarious. And to see Byron Donaldson go on the Bill Maher show 2 weeks ago and still try to defend Trump.
He still tried to. And then he was like, I know him. I know a guy. Like, yeah, you know Trump. I don't think that nigga know you.
No, not at all.
He didn't even get his name right.
Bro.
Don't know you.
One of the rallies, man, he was there. He didn't even get his name right. Come on, man.
Bro.
Call him Brian. Come on, man.
Yeah, and y'all out here letting him do all this dumb shit. Like, it's, to me, it's sad and it's hilarious at the same time. But you know what? I mean, hey, look, I guess they feel like they all in now. There ain't nothing they can do. But but one day they're gonna try to come back to the cookout, and everybody gonna look at them and be like, "What, bitch? You the reason why I ain't get my check, my Social Security check for the last 2 months, bitch. Fuck you." Like, it's gonna be interesting for Congress re-election in a year and a half. That's gonna be very interesting. But we got to deal with this bullshit for a year and a half. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. No, I think Trump needs to go see a doctor. Every time I see him, he looks like he might be the one that don't make it. And I mean, and then we got his boy JD Vance going overseas talking that dumb shit. Like, what was the name of that TV show? When when they be having the State of the Union, and then the one dude is in a different location just in case something happens.
Oh, Designated Survivor.
Designated Survivor.
That was good.
Bruh, who was the designated survivor? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all. Because whoever that dude is, I mean, at this point in time, man, Mike Johnson is looking real good right now. And that's saying some shit. So, but with that being said, appreciate everybody for listening to the show today. We are here every Sunday, 9 p.m. until we finish. Thank you for listening, for doing the podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch, as you can tell, as the scrolling thing below. Like, subscribe, so when that podcast comes out, you get a message. Hey, I didn't get to watch the show live. I can listen to the podcast. Or you can go to YouTube, 5 minute warning. You can get the whole show every week and for the past weeks. So, with that being said, I'd like to once again thank everybody for listening. I'd like to thank my man Moby and AG for being here with me today. Hey, let's do this again next week. Hopefully we won't talk about Trump, but why not? Everybody else is. So, as always, we will see you when we see you. Peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.